So today we're going to do a smoked turkey, and there's two important pieces to doing a smoked turkey. One is the turkey and the preparation, and the second part is the actual smoking device and the smoking of the turkey. And in this instance, I'm going to be using a coal-fired smoker, and they have propane smokers out there as well, but the principles are the same. You need something to generate heat, and that's typically in the bottom. Then there's a chamber that sort of holds the smoke. You have your main item that's going to go in the top, and that's to keep the smoke at the top where it's going to be smoking the main item, but at the same time you want to make sure the heat's not so close to the item that it burns it while it's trying to smoke. Then you have chips that we're going to use to create the smoke for the smoker, and in this instance I'm using cherry wood, and my favorite woods for smoking poultry and things like pork are cherry, hickory, and apple, because they give you a sweeter smoke and it's gentle and it really enhances the meat without overpowering it. Now I've got the chips in water, but you could also soak the chips in apple juice or cranberry juice and experiment with that. And there are people that also like to do things like add bourbon or whiskey to the soaking liquid, because once you put the chips in and it creates the smoke, you get additional dimensions of flavor. So now that we have our smoker ready to go, let's take a look at getting the turkey all set up. So now let's talk a little bit about the turkey. When I'm going to smoke a turkey, what I like to do is brine it first. And what it is a solution, it's a flavored solution that will make sure that the turkey is moist when it's being smoked. And so what I've done here is a basic brine, and it has sugar, salt, water. It's got some peppercorns, it's got some thyme leaves in here, and some bay leaves. And this has been brining for 2 days. This is what it looks like. Now, this takes a lot of room, and you want to make sure it's refrigerated the whole time. So instead of doing it in a refrigerator, if you don't have the space, what I do is I'll pour the brine into a clean garbage bag. I'll place the turkey in the garbage bag, put the entire thing in a cooler, and cover it with ice. Now, what you want to do is make sure that in the entire brining process, there's always fresh ice to make sure you're keeping the turkey below 40 degrees, and that's going to make sure you have a safe brine. Now, what I've done is taken another turkey here and put it on a platter, and I've let it sit out at room temperature for a few hours because I want it to kind of come up to room temperature so that it's going to start the smoking process easier. And I've just rubbed the entire skin with a little bit of olive oil. And now we're going to go ahead and put it on the smoker here. Real quick note, when you put the item in the smoker and you start smoking, you don't want to keep opening it up and looking at it, because you want to maintain the heat. Every time you open the lid, you're going to lose heat. So I'm going to put it on the smoker, then I'm going to go ahead and put chips inside, and what we should see is some smoke starting to come out of our smoker here. So here we go. I'm placing it on the smoker. I'm going to go ahead and cover it. And I'm going to come around, and I have my door that I'm going to open, and I'm going to take some chips and place it on the coals. Now, you want to add chips every time the smoke dissipates, and usually that's in about 15 or 20 minutes. You're going to add some more chips so you can continue to get an even smoke. I've got this thing set, and I can start to smell the cherry wood smoking already, and we're going to keep working on this. I'm going to keep adding chips, and we're going to smoke this for about 2.5 hours, and then we're going to come back, and we should have a nice golden, nicely smoked turkey ready to eat. So we've been smoking the turkey for 3 hours, and one of the things you want to look for when you're smoking is that smoke's coming out just like this, because that means there's plenty of smoke in the chamber surrounding the turkey, giving it color and flavor. Now I'm going to take the lid off, and we're going to see together if I've achieved magical happiness. And that, my friends, is a smoking turkey. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take it inside, and we're going to let it rest for a few minutes, and then we're going to go and carve into this, and we're going to enjoy a bit. This is the final stage of our turkey's journey. We brined it for 2 days. We took it out, and then we smoked it for about 3 hours. And here we have a golden turkey. You can just smell all that rich smoke, and I know it's going to taste great. One thing to keep in mind, turkey's not just Thanksgiving. This is a great turkey to make for picnics or get-togethers. So, you know, turkey once a year. How about turkey twice a year? Let's see how it came out. Smells great. I think it looks great. Juicy. Here's a few slices we have here. And you can see how the skin is nicely done. It's rendered out. But you see how juicy that is? You can see the juices kind of, you can actually see juices running through here while I'm slicing it. So, that's our turkey. I'm not sure what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving, but I'm going cherrywood smoked. For this recipe and more, visit us at foodland.com.